I am super, super, super overdue for a haul video. Like, what I have to show you guys, it's pretty excessive. So I don't do monthly haul videos. What I tend to do is just sort of save them up until I have like enough to show, because usually in any given month, I don't accumulate too many books. So I try to do it every maybe 2 or 3 months, but then because I'm not consistent, then I tend to wait until like 4, 5, 6 months in between haul videos, and then things get pretty wild. Mind you, what I'm gonna show you is not all the books that I've accumulated in the past few months. I just couldn't include them all because I just couldn't do it. Also, there are some books that I have accumulated that I have mentioned in prior vlogs or videos, things like that. So I really, I didn't really want to duplicate the discussion of too many of them. There probably are some books here that I have mentioned before, but I didn't sit down formally because there's just a lot. So let me just show you what I've got to work with right now. So this is the book stack that I'm working with right now. So yeah, it's something else. Oh. So because there's a lot to talk about, I'm just gonna go right into it. If I remember where I got the book, I will say, but some of them I kind of pick books up where I can get them, so I don't always really remember where they're from, but I'm gonna do my best here. This first book is one of my favorite accumulations. It is a newer release. It is From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doughty. Caitlin is actually I hesitate to call her a YouTuber because she has a career and she had a career before YouTube, but she is a blogger. She is known as Ask a Mortician on YouTube, and she's a licensed mortician. She owns a funeral home in California, and she talks about the death industry, and she does have one other book out, The Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Tales from the Crematory. I think I read that a year or two ago. I really liked it. This is a little bit more history based. It talks about death practices in other parts of the world, and here I am turning this into a review. I'm not meaning to do that. We'll wait for next month for that, but I have read this and I loved it. I got The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I have already read this, but I never owned it. My husband actually is the one that really wanted this. He has not read it, so he kind of just wanted to have it, and I'm pretty sure I found it at the Goodwill for $1. Another book that I've already read, Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCreight. I want to say I got this on Book Outlet. Yeah. I think Book Outlet has all the little lines on the bottom of their pages. I got this probably 2 or so months ago. I've been talking about accumulating this book forever because it was one of my favorites and I never owned it. And I picked up Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I got this on Book Outlet too, I think. So I was really excited to finally own this book because it's one of my favorites, you know what I mean? And then I have this book, it's The Explorer by James Smith, and I got this at a big half-price books like community sale where they rent out a amphitheater, right? And everything's like $1 or 50 cents. I got that this summer and I'm actually reading it right now. So stay tuned for how I think that book's going. So now moving on to the books that I have not read yet. I got Jennifer McMahon's Burntown. I just actually finished reading The Winter People a couple weeks ago, and I actually really liked this. But I had bought this book before I read The Winter People because I knew that I had that book and I may want another book written by her. So because I like The Winter People so much, I think I'm really going to look forward to reading Burntown. I don't know anything about it, but I like the author, I like her writing, so I'm excited to eventually read that one. I picked up Jose Saramago's Blindness. I don't remember where I got this, and all I know is that this city is hit by a white blindness epidemic where everybody becomes blind. And that's all I know about that. It won the Nobel Prize, which is kind of a big deal, so I anticipate that being a really good book. I got this book at Barnes & Noble this summer. I don't remember why it called to me. I just thought it would be cool. It's called Her by Harriet Lane. I don't know a single thing about it, but the cover looked really cool. Tim grabbed this for me last month. because I did read the predecessor, which was Welcome to Night Vale. This book is It Devours by Joseph Fake and Jeffrey Craner. I assume that it's some sort of continuation of the Welcome to Night Vale first book. It may just be a companion. Welcome to Night Vale takes place in a town, so this doesn't have to necessarily be a sequel. It's probably just going to follow other characters. I don't know anything about it, but my hope is that I like it more than the first book, because even though, like, the first book was fine, I didn't love it. I'm interested to see how this second novel works, you know. I went to a library sale a couple months ago, and I picked up Jaws. Have not read that. My husband got this for me as part of our anniversary, which was our 7-year wedding anniversary. It's the Wool anniversary, so he got me a book called Wool. It is by Hugh Howey. It's a apocalyptic dystopian. What would you do if the world outside was deadly and the air you breathed could kill? So when I kind of get into a dystopian mood, I'm going to pick it up. It's pretty hefty, though, so I do have to be able to dedicate good time to it. And I don't know what I'm going to think of it, but it sounds kind of a cool premise. This one I was actually really excited about. I found this at the Goodwill also, and it's The Mothers by Britt Bennett, and it is an ARC, uncorrected proof. So someone in my area is probably a vlogger or a reviewer, and actually there is a shipping notification in the pages, so I have a name. It's not a name that I recognize, but this person who lives in our area probably does reviews and stuff like that. So she must have gotten through the book and donated it to the Goodwill. So I'm going to read it because I heard it was good. These books I think I may have mentioned. I'm really not sure. We'll see. I'll go through them really quickly. Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. I got this at Half Price Books earlier this summer. Pulitzer Prize winner. I heard it's amazing. I don't know when I'm going to get around to reading it. My True Love gave to me 12 Holiday Stories, edited by Stephanie Perkins. I know this is really big last Christmas. I came across a really cheap version of it at the used bookstore during our big community book sale. So I'm holding on to it. I'm going to read it next month for December, so I'll be like in the Christmas spirit. It's probably the only Christmassy holiday book I'm going to read outside of my normal adult fiction and thrillers. And then Black Mad Wheel is my other Josh Mallerman book. I was going to read this for Spookathon. I never did. I still plan to. All I know about it is that people are traveling through the desert and they hear a strange noise, and I guess they are traveling toward it. And that's all I know about that. And the last 4 I'm going to talk about are my 4 large books, and they're my 4 Stephen King books. So let's see. The first one is the newest release is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King, his son. It is a 700-page whopper. Why you always gotta write these huge books, though? I mean, come on. And I got this on a deep discount. My bookstore I got this Half Price Books. They're having a 50% off sale, and then I had an extra like 20% off coupon. So I got this book for very cheap, considering it's a brand new massive book. I think all I know about that book is that women are like, what happens when women like go to sleep and not wake up? Like, how do the men go on? I don't know. This one is really cool. It is The Regulators. It's a Richard Bachman book, which is Stephen King. And I got this also at the library book sale. I don't know anything about The Regulators. I'm excited to read it. Actually, it was really cool when if you look, I didn't realize it when I bought it, but there are pages taken out, and it looks like it's from an old TV guide, right, from the 90s, and it is a short story. It is a Stephen King short story that was published in the TV guide. So I will get a bonus story when I actually pick this book up to read it. This book does not have a cover. I don't know what happened to it. I think I got it also at the library book sale, and it is A Firestarter by Stephen King, another Stephen King I have not read. Maybe 2018 is going to be the year of Stephen King. I have a lot to considering he's my favorite author, I have a lot to catch up on. Maybe I should make some sort of a plan or something where I'm trying to constantly read Stephen King. I don't really know. I gotta think that through a little bit more. And then the very last book is The Bizarre Bad Dreams. We got this at a discount bookstore a couple blocks away. I read this last year, but I read like a e-version of it. So this is the actual physical book, and it was like, I think $2 or $3. So we couldn't say no. And I love it. It's a collection of his short stories, and I love Stephen King's short stories. So very good. All right, that is it. That is everything. That is all the books, or most of the books anyway, that I've collected over the past few months that I can remember anyway. I don't know how many of them I'm going to sort of get done and get read, but, you know, we'll see. And then here comes the part of the video where I convince you and try to tell that I'm going to be better about doing more frequent haul videos so that these things don't happen. And I acknowledge, saying that, I acknowledge that that's not going to be my reality. So, you know, life is all about progress, and, you know, we'll see how often I get these things done. I probably will have a good amount of books for December, considering that's the holiday and my birthday. So I should be able to do one in December and then maybe more frequently. Anyway, I don't really know. Hauls are fun. I like watching them. I know people like to watch them. Let me know in my collection which like 2 books you're most excited about me reading, or maybe there's a book that you like hated and you're like, don't waste your time, because a good chunk of these books I don't know anything about, and I like your thoughts on them. So anyway, I need to put all these books away and organize them because it's a hot mess now, and I've gotta go take care of that. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye!